Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Kung akala po ninyo lahat ng healthcare workers ay safe sa nangyayaring paghihigpit sa immigration po dito sa Canada, kung akala po ninyo ay, nako, ito ay nagtatrabaho sa ospital, kaya hindi ito mapapauwi, no? Hindi yan mawawala ng status, laging i-extend ang work permit ng mga yan. Nako, unfortunately, that is not the case. Especially not after some recent changes. Specifically, dyan po sa bantang British Columbia. A few days ago, meron pong nagprotesta dyan isang grupo ng mga healthcare workers na ngayon po kasi ay nangangamba na pati po sila ay baka hindi na po ma-extend ang mga work permit. Hindi na makastay dito after this year. Baka mapauwi. Okay, so nagprotesta po rin sila para manawagan sa federal government na bawiin yung ilang policy changes na nagresulta dito po sa kanilang sitwasyon ngayon. O sige, puntahan muna natin yung report na yan. Sa bandang Surrey, British Columbia. Ito.
Dozens of non-clinical healthcare workers rallied outside Surrey Memorial, many worried about whether they will be able to stay in Canada.
All felt betrayed and disrespected because those all jobs were a hope for the better future.
Jasveer Kaur took a healthcare job as a housekeeping aide, believing it was a path to permanent residency here through the Provincial Nominee Program, or PNP.
Migrant workers are part of the solution to the labor shortage in British Columbia.
But last fall, the federal government announced plans to reduce immigration to alleviate pressures on housing, infrastructure, and social services. The number of PNP spots for BC were slashed.
Notionally, this year we were supposed to receive 11,000, then now we are left with 4,000. And so working with the Ministry of Health to prioritize the needs of our province, we have made the decision that we have prioritized clinical healthcare workers.
That means HEU members, including housekeeping staff, food services workers, dietary aid, are currently excluded from the PNP.
The HAU says the changes to the program mean that more than 500 union members who work in Fraser Health and Vancouver Coastal Health will have their visas expire by the end of the year.
They're at risk of being deported because they will not have a work permit.
It just made a sudden change, and now we can't use that experience which we have it here in anywhere else.
The union says the affected workers do critical jobs in the healthcare system. Meanwhile, BC's health minister says cuts to the PNP will make health sector recruitment harder and that the province will continue to advocate for reconsideration. Michelle Bernoro, CTV News.
Let's be clear about it. Yung healthcare workers po na tinutukoy dyan, na nanganganib na mapauwi, sabi nga, about 500, baka mag-expire na po ang mga work permits by the end of 2025. Sila po ay yung mga non-clinical health workers kung tawagin. So nakita nyo yung unang interview. She was a housekeeping aide. Okay? Tapos, who works at a hospital? Tapos may nabanggit po na other jobs na pwedeng maapektuhan dito ay yung nasa food services, dietary aid, na again working in the healthcare sector, working in hospitals. Okay, just para lang may context po tayo. PNP program po pala ng British Columbia, kung ikaw ay may ganitong mga uri ng trabaho and you work, let's say in a hospital setting, considered ka po, parang nasa category po pala kayo ng healthcare pa rin. Okay? But, ito na nga ang nangyari. Dahil, nabanggit dun dahil sa pagtatapyas ng federal government ng allocations for PR, sa bawat probinsya, kabilang ang BC. Yung BC, from 11,000 na hinihingi po nila, 4,000 lang ang binigay. Meron po pala akong episode dyan with Dayanara a few episodes ago talking about this, yung nangyari po dyan sa BC. So, yung 4,000 na po yan, ang pa-prioritize daw po ng probinsya ng BC ay mga healthcare workers. But, dahil po sa malaking pagtapyas sa kanilang allocation, only health workers like nurses and doctors and other specialized, highly skilled jobs, hindi na po kasama sa priority nila. Tulad ng dati, ang pag-i-invite sa mga, ayun, yung non-clinical jobs like, yun nga, housekeeping and other support staff na nagtatrabaho po sa mga ospital. Okay, so yun po yung natatakot, yan po yung mga workers na nangangamba na mapauwi. Because of course, they had the impression that they are safe. Kasi nga po noon, considered sila na priority dahil nasa healthcare po sila. Pero wala pong magawa nga naman ng BC kung di mag-prioritize. I'm sure BC officials don't like making this decision, but they had to. They had to because of the limited spots that they have to deal with. Kaya nga po, ang panawagan po ng mga nagpoprotesta dito ay sa federal government. Nabawiin siguro yung malaking pagtapyas, doon sa kanilang hinihingi, doon po sa hinihingi ng BC na PR allocations para po sa kanilang provincial nomination program. So if you wanna get more details tungkol po sa recent changes po dyan sa BC, again, I have an episode with Dayanara in Puerto Bantigue just a few episodes ago. Ang tanong ko dito, guys, alam niyo inaabangan pang isa, yung Ontario. Okay, wala pa pong nilalabas na bagong policy changes ang Ontario, but many are expecting that it will come out with its own list of new priorities soon. Tulad po na nangyari po dyan sa BC, nauna na rin yung Saskatchewan, yung Yukon, etc. New Brunswick yata, meron na rin. Nako, I don't know if that happens also in Ontario, diba? Dahil sila rin po, kinalahati yung PNP PR allocations, they will have no choice but to identify specific healthcare, halimbawa, healthcare jobs that they want to keep. So guys, ilan lang po ito, isang grupo lang po ito ng mga workers na again, maaaring maging kabilang sa mga mapipilitan pong umalis ng Canada because of the tightening of policies here, because of ongoing efforts to reduce the number of temporary immigrants. Alam niyo, meron pang meron din pala akong nabasang isang report. Medyo related na rin dito dahil because of this issue, lalong dadami ang maaaring mawala ng status. Okay, lalong dadami ang mga mapipilitang umalis muna ng Canada. Ano ba yung pinag-uusapan ko? Tignan niyo to, This is from Reuters, April 21st, 2025. Some migrants in Canada lose work status while applications languish. Talagang languish, okay? Languish sa kahihintay, okay? Dahil sa matinding backlog po sa mga applications dito. I have been reading some updates from IRCC that they're doing what they can. Nababawasan na raw talaga, ang backlog. Pero, naku guys, kaka-check ko lang nung latest processing time. Halimbawa, syempre, work permit ang pinaka-inaabangan po dyan, Ang processing time, imaginein po ninyo. For work permit from inside Canada, okay, yung extension, initial and extension, ito po nakikita niyo yan, itong part na yan, is 201 days. 201 days. Ano ibig sabihin niya, 6 na buwan, di ba? Kung sila po kung ang isa pong worker ay umaasa sa bagong LAMIA, okay? Nag-expire na yung work permit nila, waiting po sila sa panibagong work permit. Ito nga yung extension. Kapag nag-expire na po yung original work permit nila, they cannot work. Although they can still stay here. Okay? Only for a limited period. I think 90 days lang sila pwede mag-extend ng stay kung may hinihintay man silang work permit application. 3 months, kalahati pa lang yun ng 201 days. So, hindi sila abot, mapapauwi sila. Diba? Kung mag-extend sila with a visitor record, diba? O sabihin mo nang umabot ng hanggang 201 days, imagine that period of waiting. Hindi ko alam kung ilan po ang magtitiis na maghintay ng ganong katagal, lalo na halimbawa kung meron pong anak. Hindi po sila I'm not sure kasi they will not have access anymore to social services. Diba? I think the kids might not be able to go to school anymore during that period. And also, kung may sakit po, they will not be able to access the publicly funded healthcare. Kailangan po nila mag-out of pocket. Number 3, ang pinakamalaga nga, wala rin po silang pagkakakitaan during those several months of waiting. So this is one of the issues na makakadagdag din po sa mga dahilan ng mga maraming inaasahang mapapauwi starting this year. Ay, nako po. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Do you have an experience about this? Let me know your thoughts, as always, down there in the comment section. I look forward to seeing them. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!